Previously on Uncovered.
Racism is definitely taught, and it's just like with all these people dying, like black people specifically dying, it's just like what are you teaching your children?
That was the first time I sat in the classroom with a white person, an Asian person, and anybody who wasn't black.
Did your parents ever have the talk with you? Black women always have the stereotype of being loud and ghetto, and personally I have never I don't know anybody who has like been shot. Like I don't know them and have a relationship with them, but it's just like even hearing about Ahmaud Arbery, it's just like this man was just running.
Rest in peace, Ahmaud Arbery, man.
Like,
he was hunted.
Trying to get his exercise in during quarantine.
Exactly, and it's just like we can't even run. We can't, like, what can we do? We're just people at the end of the day, but we can't. We have to really refrain ourselves from doing certain things that other people can just run at the end of the day. I can't just
black.
Exactly, and it's just like that shouldn't play such a role, but I mean it's been like this for years. This goes back to slavery.
Yeah.
Like we've always been viewed as if we can handle this type of pain because we were beaten and we were bruised.
LA Riot, Rodney King.
So it's just like it just really makes me sad. I remember when I found out about Ahmaud Arbery, I cried, and honestly I usually don't like cry or anything when I hear about things like this, and that in itself is sad because it's just like this happens so often, so it's like we're numb to this pain.
Yeah.
And we're just so used to it, so it's just like, oh, another life. But I think what really got me is the simple fact that I saw it, and it's just like this thing is happening all the time, and the simple fact that this happened in February, and we're just now hearing about this, like, and
they're May?
Yeah, it's May, and it's just like people are like, well, the men who did it, they got arrested and they're going to prison.
They just got arrested.
I'm glad that they got arrested, but it's just like that still hurts me. Like that should have never happened.
And don't take away what happened.
Exactly.
That somebody lost their life.
Exactly. So it just saddens me, and it's just like now. Like, the reason I'm making a video like this and I want to do content that has substance is because people need to be aware of how we feel, how we're being affected on a day-to-day basis, because this stuff hurts. So,
and it's worse when they let the police off. Way worse.
Exactly.
That's a slap to the face.
Really. So it's just wild. Yeah, it just creates a lot of emotion because it's just like the simple fact that we've even got numb to this is just like, that's sad. Like, another one, another hashtag, another shirt.
Here, you know, like it's like we feel it, but we don't really feel it because it's just another.
We're immune to it.
You know what I'm saying? It's just another sad story at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Because it happens so much.
I know 2 people that died from police brutality personally. You know what I mean? And rest in peace to those people, Thomas Jasko and my guy Tim. Yeah. Thomas was our age, Tim was a little bit older, probably in his 40s. 2 different situations, but all for the same cause. And Tim's officer, he got let off.
Yeah. If
I'm not mistaken, it was 100 rounds put in the car.
It's just so sad to hear, like, and granted, it's like I understand some people, a lot of people will be like, well, they did this and they did that and they were a drug dealer, they did all this negative stuff, but it's just like that doesn't take, like, you shouldn't take somebody's life because of what they did, or just the simple fact, how does it make you guys feel when these police are doing this, or just something happens to somebody and they die, and then they show like a negative picture of them.
Negative.
Like it's never like a high school graduation.
Going back on my boy Thomas, when he passed away, they put up his mugshot. Not even from situations years and years ago. Put up a picture of his mugshot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like we got to give people their flowers while they're here, man. And when they gone. Not try to bash them, because wrong is wrong. If somebody is unarmed and they die from another officer, it's just wrong. It's just wrong.
Yeah. It is. How do you guys go about your day-to-day lives knowing that you're not loved by this world and America hasn't treated you guys like, not even you guys specifically, but African Americans as a whole? Like, how do you go about your day-to-day lives? Like, do you move differently? You know,
Definitely.
like, do you know what I'm saying?
Definitely, I definitely move differently. Whether it's, I think I was just talking to them. Glasses. I wear my glasses when I'm driving. I feel like it just brings a less attention off of me. That's how I feel personally.
Less intimidating.
Yeah, less intimidating, whatever the case may be. The speech, when you're talking to an officer or whoever, speech goes a long way.
Yeah. Yeah. What about you, Alex? Because, I mean, I think it's a little different for you. You got dreads.
Me?
Like...
Yeah, so me personally, you know, so I got dreads, I got the tattoos, you know what I'm saying? I don't necessarily change too much. Like, I dress how I dress, I talk how I talk, I look how I look. And I don't, you know, on an everyday basis, I'm not going to change that. But when I am in certain situations, I do try to move different as far as, like, not even being in a situation to even let police see me.
Yeah.
Or
stay under the radar.
You know what I'm saying?
Don't give them a reason to.
Or the couple of times I did get pulled over, I do got to change my language because I do talk how I talk because I'm used to talking to my peoples, my family, my friends. But, you know, I got to change certain stuff up, but I don't change who I am necessarily. I feel like a lot of people try to change who they are to fit in to a world that don't even love them. I'm not changing who I am. I'm going to talk how I talk. I'm going to dress how I dress. I'm going to walk how I walk. But I just move different in certain situations.
How do you guys feel about black on black crime? Because it's just like we talked a lot about police brutality and the white man not liking the black man, but it's not.
I think that's
not
the
everything.
worst.
But it's just like our own. We're talking about white people not liking our own people, but we're also killing.
Right.
So like.
That's why a lot of us don't agree with Black Lives Matter. I'm not saying that I personally do. Excuse me, but I'm saying I see a lot of people speak on it. Lil Wayne, for example, Kevin Gates. These is rappers. These is public figures. You know what I mean? That a lot of people that like that genre of music look up to. So when you hear them talking about it, it's like they kind of got a point.
What have they said on it? I don't know.
Basically, when an officer that's white kill us or something like that, we quick to shout Black Lives Matter, but we wasn't saying that when we killing each other.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? That's why I think that's worse. Black on black crime.
Most definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Because we bringing, we got this set already trying to bring us down, but we bringing each other down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like I still believe in Black Lives Matter. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say how they feel to an extent because I think Black Lives Matter and I'm full ahead of that movement, but they got a point. You know what I'm saying? You know, speak what you live. You can't just be one sided. You know, you can't be like, Black Lives Matter. You get into an altercation with somebody that's your race or something, and now you want to go kill him or go, you know what I'm saying, do something to him or one of his family members, you know. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We gotta, you know what I'm saying, keep the same energy as what we say now. Keep that same energy.
Yeah. You know? I think the only thing that bothers me about like when people get upset about Black Lives Matter and they don't understand why so many people always bring it up and they get upset, it's just like, and they're like, all lives matter, or white lives matter, Asian. Granted, all lives do matter.
Blue lives matter.
All that shit.
Yeah, I've heard that, but it's just like we get so upset and we get so defensive because it's just like our people are getting killed. Mm-hmm. And to bring up like black on black crime, I just don't even know where to even begin because it's just like I don't understand. You can't shout Black Lives Matter and then you're killing your own people. But the reason that we say Black Lives Matter is because our lives are being taken the most. So it's just like we have to say that because our lives are getting taken every single second. Like
everybody, by ourselves and them.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Let
So
me
it's
ask
just
y'all
like,
a question.
okay.
How do y'all feel about the black people retaliating on the police, going to go shoot at the police and stuff like that?
I don't think it's right.
It ain't right.
I don't think
two
it's
wrongs
right.
don't make it right.
And I don't think it's right even if the white police officer might have done something, or like the black police. I don't think it's right even if the police officer did something, no matter their race. Because it's just like, you want to shout and get upset that they killed somebody, but then you're going to go and do the same thing.
And I ain't saying taking it to the chin or nothing like that. That's what we got demonstrations for. That's what we got protests for.
That's what we're doing this
Everything.
for.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying throw it under the rug, but like I said, you cannot beat the system, no matter how you put it. Like I said, a lot of officers is getting let off for these brutal crimes, killing black people. You think? Oh, what's up?
I was about to say, so on that topic, I'm 50-50 because morally, I feel like it's wrong.
Okay.
But in reality, you know what I'm saying, all the protesting and shit ain't changing nothing.
It ain't.
Okay.
I'm 50-50. Hold on. Listen.
Because my personal morals, I don't feel like you said, two wrongs to make right, and that's my personal morals. But when you sit back and take yourself out of it and look at reality, I mean, like, ain't nothing really changing. So it's like, what else can we do to change something?
But you gotta think, this been like Kristen said, this been going on for years.
Right. All right. Question.
I've seen a lot of change, slowly but surely.
Okay,
we able to go to school with these people.
Okay.
I mean, yeah.
We able to get good jobs. You know what I'm saying? It's black millionaires.
We still gotta work 10 times harder.
But it's 10 times harder. It ain't fair.
But it's some other stuff that's long overdue, like just simple respect.
Yeah, okay, all right. Question. So, how do you think, if protests aren't working, the hashtags aren't working, what do you think a good solution would be?
I think we need to promote more jobs and careers that can actually make a change. Like, I feel like
being more inclusive for
ain't nothing wrong with the, you know what I'm saying, the hoop dreams and the rap dreams, because those people had the most influence on young African Americans. Like, let's just be real, every black kid growing up wanted to be in the NBA, they wanted to be a rapper, they wanted to be a celebrity. But I feel like a lot of those people, once they reach their career, they don't even interact with us no more.
No.
So we got to start influencing more jobs that can actually help us who got left behind. You know what I'm saying?
Or who didn't have that opportunity
to do that.
More times than not, it's a 1 in a million chance for a LeBron to happen.
Exactly.
Or a Kyrie, or like a Jay-Z. Like, these people, they were in the right place at the right time, and people like Steve Harvey, don't sleep, don't do this, and it'll just happen to you. Like, first of all, you need to get rest or you're gonna get sick. Second of all, it's just like that stuff. That's rare for us to just get successful like that. Granted, it's a lot easier today than it was 15, 20 years ago, especially, but it's still hard.
Shout out to technology,
yeah.
A lot, definitely. Technology changed the game. Social media, but that's one way social media can turn things around. But me personally, I really don't know.
I mean,
honestly
that's a fair
do not know.
One thing we really need to do is educate ourselves.
Yeah.
As black people, educate yourself. Know your rights
and their laws.
Exactly. Know your rights as humans. We all have the same rights. So know them. Because it's just like, if you don't know them, then you just don't. But knowledge is power.
You ain't gonna know what to do in that situation.
Exactly. So it's just like, when you're getting pulled over and they're trying to say whatever and do whatever, start reciting your rights. First Amendment, all that.
Shout out to Miss Kelly at Brush High School.
We love you.
We love you, Miss Kelly.
Yes, government. That was my girl.
African American history. And she's white. And yes, she teaches African American history.
Learned a lot from her,
too. She the best.
She was awesome. Seriously. So, my last question is, how do you try to not prove the stereotype? And I know we kind of like answered this question within like the whole context of this entire conversation, but to go maybe more in depth, how are you?
Okay. How do I try not to? So, I feel like a lot of my family fits into the stereotype.
Which is?
Years in jail, in and out of trouble. Some of them didn't graduate high school. A lot of them didn't go to college. So me personally, you know, I made some of the same mistakes that they made, but I didn't end up in the same places that they ended up. So I learned from my mistakes and their mistakes, and I'm just trying to make a better future for myself as far as making sure I finish school, making sure I set up my career path, and you know what I'm saying, my personal businesses, and trying to better my future, and my nephews and nieces and little brothers and little sisters coming up under me, so that, because at the end of the day, it's always somebody looking at you as an example, whether it's your family or your friend's family.
Yeah.
It might be your best friend, little brother, and you don't even know that he looking up to you. So I just try to move in a way that whoever look up to me look at something positive. And not, you know what I'm saying? Because me growing up, I seen a lot of negative, you know what I'm saying? My brothers was in and out of jail, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. So I don't want the kids who look up to me to be on some, damn, there go Alex, he back in jail. No, there go Alex, he graduated college. There go Alex, he just opened up a gym, a new business. So I'm just trying to set up everything for my future right now. I'm just working and grinding, trying to set everything up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot goes in what you put in with the day. Not even forget police for a second. If you got a job, get there on time. You know, it's the little stuff in life that comes with situations like this. You know what I'm saying? Don't talk back to your mama when she asks you to do something. Whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? Don't be having your pants sagging. Don't talk with a slang like you know what I'm saying? If you a man, be a man. Because none of this stuff make you cool at all. Because it's a chance that you could really lose your life interacting with these folks.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess it's my turn. So how do I go about my life trying not to prove the stereotype? I think by continuously educating myself. When certain situations happen in the world, police brutality, like another angry black woman, listening to like certain music, I think always just staying on top of it and knowing like what's going on in the world, but then also like being mindful of what I'm listening to and like who I'm associating myself with, because it's just like people always say this is not true, but I really feel like birds of a feather flock together.
Yes, sir.
And it's just like, depending on who you're around, you're going to get exposed to that environment. And you're going to, like, as much as you want to be like, well, I'm not going to start acting like them and I'm not going to do the same thing, you can pick up little traits.
You're going to pick up something. You're going to pick up something.
I'm telling you.
Exactly.
I always had good grades in school, but I always hung with that crowd. You know what I mean? You could do both, but you could only do both for so long to where you be like, man, these dudes, they ain't going nowhere in life. You could try to change somebody. You could try to talk to them, and that stuff is going in one ear and out the other.
Yeah.
They not gonna want to progress like you, so they got to get left behind. You know?
Seriously.
For real.
Yeah.
I want to add more to about my situations with black people. I seen it. I mean, yes, black people and police, I should say.
Yeah.
From the time since I was like 10 years old, I've experienced this. I had a black officer driving past me. I waved. He flicked me off. I can't even lie to you. I can't even, that like it's like it's you know what I'm saying? We laughing because like we said, we numb to it, but it's like I'm 10 years old. This after school. You know what I'm saying?
My nigga was just trying to go home and get his snack.
I ran straight to my mama house. Straight to my granny house. My mama was there though. Why this black officer flicked me off? That's when the talk started. I never elaborated on that, but that's how it started. A black officer flicked me off.
You said you never got the talk.
I never got to talk until a situation happened that forced me to get to talk.
I was gonna say.
They say that, okay.
Yeah, but yes, he flicked me off. And I hope you watch this. Now look at me. I'm on YouTube. I'm on YouTube with Kristen.
We made it.
Okay, all right. I think another thing that's like really cool though is just not that we make light of these situations because they are serious situations,
definitely.
We put ourselves outside of the label of being the angry black person, and we're just trying to make a difference in the world.
And we all in this together, dog. For real.
Black power.
Yes, sir.
So.
All right, so this is Uncovered, and thank you guys for watching.